you just give it just a little bit of time and then start playing.
Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. It's so much fun to be able to be here with you and bring you music and maybe educate you a little bit about the music scene in Connecticut. So tonight I'm so excited because we have back in the house a name you've heard over and over and over and over again in the last few months. Terri LaChance is here with her friend Bruce Hazard, and they're going to bring you probably some music you haven't heard yet and tell you about what's going on. Terri is out there making music happen all over the place. She does some open mics, she sets up gigs, she does coffee house things. She's just a crazy, crazy music making person, and we love that about her. And quite frankly, here's the facts. I don't know Bruce. So during interview time, you know how that secrets are shared thing goes in Grandma's motto? Yeah, we're going to go on a little adventure, check out some treasures, and find out the secrets about Bruce Hazard. How's that sound? So let me introduce to you Terri and Bruce. Please welcome them into your heart and into your home.
Thank you so much for having us. All right, so this first song is called My Cocoon, because I'm kind of in a cocoon. Spring is not too far in sight, another cycle song. Social pressure appears to me in silhouette a gun. When the weight bears down on me, I weave my tapestry, hide inside protectively, a caterpillar numb. For I'm a dreamer, dreams flying high and wide. And when you knock on the outside, you'll find I can survive. For I'm a dreamer, shake my dreams and shake my life. Well, leave me just to my instincts, you'll find I'll do all right. Stretching out in morning light, winds can shake and twist. Paper wings, though frail at sight, have powers to resist. Light the fire to draw me in, I will not follow fools. All that time I had to think inside of my cocoon. For I'm a dreamer, dreams flying high and white. When you knock on the outside, you'll find I can survive. For I'm a dreamer, shake my dreams and live by my papers here, so
Sorry.
keep flipping them. So this next song is actually called "Where Do Musicians Go After They Die?" And it was written for a friend who passed away. His name is Dave O'Donnell. And what I'm finding is that this song is more universal than I hoped it would be. So. Where do musicians go after they die? Do they join a band up in the sky? Do they touch the heart and soul of everyone they knew with their songs of legacy, words of truth? Where do musicians go after they die? Do they hover just above us in our lives? Show us signs they're present every day with their instruments in nature, sounds of birds and the sounds of waves. I don't know how much this is true, but I hope that if it is, happens to me and you. Where do musicians go after they die? They join a band up in the sky, touch the heart and soul of everyone they knew with their songs of legacy, words of truth. I don't know how much this is true, but I hope that if it is, happens to me and you. So yeah, and as you probably know, that because keep track of me. All these songs have been written in like the last 6 months, a good chunk of them. So they're going to be on the next upcoming CD. So I decided to just do them all today.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a couple of ones that are not current, but most of them are current. All right, so this is inspired by Melissa Etheridge. But it's mine. Old to play hide and seek. Now look at you, Joe, look at me, and you'll know we'll be like two animals, and you'll see me for who I am, a woman for you. Here I am, flawed but beautiful. Now take your hand, never let go. You can't say what the future brings. The gift of now is all we have, a woman for you. deeply breathing in this room. I am alone, thinking we could be like two animals every night in our home. A woman for you. No, please stop pretending. No, get over your fears. No, just be together. When I take my stand, a woman for you. I'm too old to play hide and seek. Now look at you, you'll look at me, and you'll know we'll be like two animals, and you'll see me for who I am, a woman for you. Isn't Bruce fantastic?
There we go.
Sounded so nice.
I like that song.
It's a nice one, yeah.
All right, I'm skipping this.
No?
Yes,
No
I
skipping.
am.
No skipping.
I'm skipping
Uh-oh.
because even though I love it, it's a hard song. But it's a beautiful song.
Okay.
All right. Yes. So, as some of you probably know out there in the world, I have sold my house, and I only lived in it 10 years, but
Only.
well,
That's a long time.
and but I realized that it was time. So, let's see. I can't remember if I did it with a capo or not with a capo, but I'm going to do it with a capo, so it's going to be an
Okay, yeah,
A. So this is called This House. Bought it for my children so that they could paint the walls, hang things up and not move every 3 years. We had a lot of sleepovers, birthday parties and adventures from this house over the years. Cross-country team put their shoes at the door, the glasses in the sink, and not a mark anywhere to show that they had come in during practice. A million YouTube videos filmed there. I do not need to live alone in this old house. Children are inside my heart, they are not inside these walls. I do not need to live alone in this old house. It's time for me to be moving on. Sitting in a snowstorm, packing bins and sorting through childhood of my children over years. Knowing always my decisions were best that I could do. And life has no regrets, only gratitude. I do not need to live alone in this old house. Children are inside my heart, they are not inside these walls. I do not need to live alone in this old house. It's time for me to be moving on. It's time for me to be moving on. So in typical fashion, like I literally wrote that song as I was adjusting to the idea of moving from that house. So, yeah. All right. So, Bruce is
Bear with me a little bit here.
I will. Bruce is an eclectic musician. He has a bag of tricks.
That's a nice word.
Because it's the truth.
Okay.
And it's so nice to play gigs with him because he just whips out things and like joins things, and it's like, oh, you never know what's really going to happen on that day. It's like awesome.
Okay, we're all set.
Yay. So this is called Two Together is Stronger Than One. It's a crazy world out there, love by my side, protect each other from the storms. Up your force field, hold all the bay, stay cocooned and warm. Love is stronger than pain, is mightier than hate, together is stronger than one. Can't you feel it? Don't you want that? Believing's making it so. Take down your walls, don't think about forever. We can make it work if we both know. Secrets holding hands against what's out there, dragging down our dreams. Love is stronger than pain, is mightier than hate, together is stronger than one. Can't you feel it? Don't you want that? Believing's making it so. It's a crazy world out there, your love by my side, can protect each other from the storms. Up your force field, hold all at bay, stay cocooned and warm. Love is stronger than pain, is mightier than hate, together is stronger than one. Can't you feel it? Don't you want that? Believing's making it so. Can't you feel it? Don't you want that? Believing's making it so. Can't you feel it? Don't you want that? Believing's making it so. So that is two together is stronger than one.
Thank you.
All right. This is my mantra song right now.
What is
It's
it?
called Free Fall. Only because for a little while I was in a free fall. But it's like when I sing it, I just feel like everything's in its right place. So there you go. I'll let Bruce get himself organized. And I am jumping into the future without a net. No one's hand to hold. It's me alone, me alone. I can do it, I am strong. It is right, it's what I need in my life. What I was will be gone. What I will be is unknown. I'm flying through the air without a safety net. Just me to depend on. My body and my mind. I can do it, I am strong. It is right, it's what I need in my life. I am jumping into the future without a net. No one's hand to hold. It's me alone, me alone. I can do it, I'm strong. It is right, it's what I need in my life. I can do it, I'm strong. It is right, it's what I need in my life.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. I think you're doing harmonica for this one.
What's that? Everyone?
So yeah. So a lot of these, of course, were all of these are going to be on the next CD. And my
Except
friend,
for people.
yes, except for that. And there's another one that's not on there. My Cocoon is already on a CD. But what happened was I'm with Ira Sikowski and at Riverway Studio, and He's like, Terri, I think you need to put it into 2 CDs. I'm like, no, all 19 songs are going on the 1 CD. And they will. Because I'm like, I want to just like put it all together and move it on. Morning comes and quiet stretches, compilation pound on streets. Each day, trials and tribulations. Life is not for the weak. Everyone I know is tired. Everyone I know is seeking. Everyone I know is breaking. Everyone I know is deep, being pulled down in the water, trying to claw back to the top. Of your breath, hold forever, embryonic oxygen. Everyone I know is bleeding. Everyone I know is hurting. Everyone I know is choking. Everyone I know is tired, fighting off sinking madness to a stronger than one alone. Autocorrect emotions, grab me now, take me home. Everyone I know is bleeding. Everyone I know is hurting. Everyone I know is choking. And everyone I know is tired. So yeah. All right. How are we doing time-wise? I hope we're doing okay.
You're doing great.
Good. All right. So, so this is I think it's a tongue-in-cheek kind of song, but it's called All My Faults. And when I was in the studio recording it, they were laughing, the musicians were laughing, because they were like, Terri, it's like a pretty short song. You don't have that many faults. And I go, it could have been longer, but but anyway, so, you know, they were saying like, oh, theirs would have been a lot longer. But anyway, so this is called All My Faults. If you want to be with me, you'll get someone who cuts off conversation, who talks more than listens at times, who sometimes makes bad decisions. And if you want to be with me, you'll get someone who's a literal thinker, is in constant motion, driven by routines. I'm a vulnerable soul. I get defensive, I am told. I cry instead of fight. I'm prone to run and hide. Just so you know, for future reference. And if you want to be with me, you'll get someone who freaks out over nothing, who has calendars planned out too far, stories on repeat. If you want to be with me, you'll get a person better for cats than people, a little on the musty side, not overly neat. I'm a vulnerable soul. I get defensive, I am told. Cry instead of fight. I'm prone to run and hide. Just so you know, for future reference. If you want to be with me, you'll get someone who cuts off conversation, talks more than listens at times, sometimes makes bad decisions. So, just in case you want to know. I am going to do One Person Can Change the World, because that is my ultimate favorite song. And the reason it's my favorite is because it says everything. It says the profession that I went into when I chose to be a teacher. I do believe this, like deep in my soul. So I had 70 second graders sing this song on a field last year for field day. Not sure why some people say one person cannot change the world. It's happened time and time again. Look at the past, my friend. One person changed the buses. One person walked on the moon. One person made your house a home. One person dried your tears. One person calmed your fears. One person believed in what you do. Be that person for one person. The world will change for you. Be that person for one person. The world will change for you. We all have the world in our hands. It's what we're meant to do. When you see the problems of our times, that's a sign for you to choose. One person changed the buses. One person walked on the moon. One person made your house a home. One person dried your tears. One person calmed your fears. One person believed in what you do. Be that person for one person. And the world will change for you. Be that person for one person. And the world will change for you. Be that person for one person. And the world will change for you. Be that person for one person. And the world will change for you. So that is one person can change the world. And we're all doing it.
We're all
I love that song. I'll never forget the first time you sang that song on my radio show. I cried then too.
Aw, it's a good song. So do we have time for maybe one more
Yep,
here? Okay.
go ahead.
I don't even know how many, so I'm lost in my time here. All right, this is called Live on Love. I know you're switching. I'm switching you.
I'm in trouble now.
Yes, you are. It's like, how fast can he get himself together here? It's awful. So yeah. So these songs have like a different flair to them, I think, than my social justice, and I do have some social justice, like a lot of social justice songs out there, but this one took over in a different way. I can see that. Ready? And all that life throws at you, decisions made day to day. Wonder if it could be possible, disappear and get away. Live on love, breathe together, standing strong against the storms. Let life keep knocking Don't disturb closed-up doors. It is time to steal these moments. Life is shorter than you know. No regrets, no empty promises. Leave it second so you know. Live on love, dance together, running towards with open arms. Can't wait to be together, share our lives at every turn. With all that life throws at you, decisions made day to day. Wonder if it could be possible, disappear and get away. Live on love, breathe together, standing strong against the storms. Let life keep knocking, don't disturb closed-up doors. I know, so exciting. All right. Love that.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to lay this down.
Lay it down.
Oh my goodness. So while they're coming over here, I looked up and I wasn't on the screen, and there we go. And so anyway, they're coming over and sitting down, and we're going to talk to Bruce and Terri. And I want to remind you that the Hygienic Art Gallery is gearing up for summer. Check out their website, because there's all kinds of music going to be playing in the art park. And it's going to be summer as usual. Sailfest is on. And there's music coming to the pier. I know that Sister Funk is coming to downtown New London to play on the pier twice this summer. So we've got all kinds of music going to go on in downtown New London. Check out the places where you find music and get out there and celebrate live music again. Support your local musicians and support local art too. Now we're going to find out some secrets.
I don't have any secrets.
You know what's funny? I don't either. I put it all out there. I put it all out there, so if people want to know all my bad,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of it anymore.
Really? Yeah, it's a good way to be.
It is. It really is. If you got your bad out there, then it can't affect you back here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's
nice to be here.
It's nice to have you here. So I have to be honest. I've never even heard of you.
Really? Yeah.
Now wait a minute. I make it
You're not making me feel
I
very
make
good.
it a, wait a minute. I make it a point to try
Yeah.
to get to know, at least in Connecticut, all the good musicians.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you snuck in under the radar, but Terri has brought to my attention many of the musicians that I've
Yeah,
missed.
oh, yeah.
So here you are.
Yeah.
How did you meet Terri?
Wow, that's a long story.
That might be the school. I was doing a school show at a school that she was teaching at.
Okay.
And I was doing like an old-time music show and kind of educational show that tells how the scrub board, the violin, I had a banjo and a washtub bass and a saw and the spoons and everything that
Nice.
people used
All
to use.
those good things.
Yeah, to entertain themselves before they had TV and stuff like that. So,
Yay.
so and I'd have things around so that the kids could pick them up and shake them and stuff like that. And I met Terri there.
Nice. That was several years ago, I
That was
assume?
a lot of years ago.
Have you guys played off and on together since then?
So what happened was we went to a mutual friend of ours' farm, and we also did an open mic. I went to an open mic, and he happened to be there. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Bruce, I haven't seen you in like 20 years or whatever. And he goes, yep. And then it turned out, we both live in Cheshire. We were living in Cheshire. And it turns out he lived a street
half
away
a mile
from me.
away from each other.
A street
wow.
away,
So,
right?
yeah.
So we did play. So what would happen is, if Rob and I had a gig, Rob and I were playing together.
Right, right.
If every once in a while I booked something and I said Rob couldn't do it because he had to do his other bands or whatever else projects he'd
He's
already.
a busy guy.
He had a lot of things on his commitments. I would call Bruce and say, Bruce, can you take this date because Rob's busy, you know? And so now, just the way Rob's life is, and you know,
Well, he's in love.
I don't know if he is in love. They are in love. They got to get it together. I'm just going to say that right out there because they are in love, but they have so many ups and downs that I don't know how to approach that relationship at all. So anyway, so Rob and I are friends. We will always be friends. I love Rob, and he'll see this. I know that. You know, I
We
go, I
all
love
love
Rob.
Rob.
Yes, and you know, but we are friends, and we will always be friends.
Right.
And that's
We
all
used
there
to
is
be
to
friends.
it. Yeah, we're friends, and Bruce and I are friends, and so Bruce and I have taken over a lot of the gigs together because
Yeah.
you know, it's just not working because, you know, of that relationship for whatever reason. And
It's all good.
it is all good. So Bruce and I have been friends for many years, and we have played together. And during the pandemic, it turned out that, you know, we were all locked up, and Bruce and I walked all over Cheshire, like all the time. And, you know, and we walk every day after school.
Because the school that she teaches at is right near my house too, and her old house.
Yeah.
So we could get together and we could walk on the quiet streets on both sides of the road and talk.
Yeah.
And stay away from the traffic.
Nice.
So
It was
It was
awesome.
nice. It was kind
Yeah.
of
And I learned more about Cheshire than I ever thought I would, because he grew up in Cheshire and he was born and raised in Cheshire, and he could point out everything that happened.
Plus
in-
every kid and parent that would come out to say hi to Terri, you know, because
Right.
they all knew her. you know,
Yeah, 'cause
really.
it was our neighborhood,
Even
like
the,
our
you know, the
neighborhood
kids were
school.
growing up, but they still came out.
Yeah, so it was kind of it was
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
So we walked around a lot, and we do play gigs a lot, and we you know, like we do things, so, you know, so that we're, you know, a lot of musical things
Yeah, yeah.
together.
So Bruce, it seems as though you have a pretty intense, deep musical background. Where did music start for you?
Oh, it started when I was about 5
Okay.
or 6.
What did you
with
play?
with a harmonica. My grandmother
Okay.
had a toy box with toys in it, and there was a harmonica in there.
Nice.
And I ended up fooling around with it, and she finally said, "Why don't you take it home?" So I started trying to figure it out on my own, but then my grandmother paid a kind of a mean trick on me, and she'd come back every week and want me to play another song. So I had to keep learning songs. So I started with
that's
that. And we
good.
always had a piano in the house.
Yep.
So I played piano. We had to take as children 3 years of classical piano. When
Didn't
I was
we
probably
all?
when I was
I
probably
think that-
8, 9, 10.
I think that all children should have to take at least
Yeah.
a year of piano.
Yeah.
At least.
So that lasted till I was 11 or 12.
Okay.
And then my mother said, "You don't have to play piano anymore if you don't want to." I never played it again for 10 years.
Okay.
So because I hated it, but I like it now. I play it again now, so a little bit. Then I played guitar, and I picked up the violin when I heard a group called C Train with Richard Green playing violin. I really liked it, so that's when I started playing the violin. I was probably in my 20s.
Okay. What do you know about the violin? Like, do you have violinists in the past that you have learned from,
no,
or
other
that
than
you
my-
know anything about?
Other than my father's father played violin and harmonica, sort of like I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I was at it, but no, I had to learn about it from then. I started with bluegrass music, I guess. Went to festivals a lot. Learned from fiddle players. Stacy Phillips is one. He's gone now, but there's a lot of good
Nice.
ones to learn from. Like,
Nice.
So I-
So
so I
my
just-
great-great-grandfather
Yeah.
was kind of famous. Like,
Yeah.
there's all kinds of things named after him
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Bergen, Norway. His name's
Oh, really?
Ole Bull. Check it out. Google him.
Huh.
Google
You
him.
probably
No.
will.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of famous.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Only not as famous as some others,
Mm-hmm.
but
Very
there's
cool.
a big statue of him in Ole Bull Square
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
in
Yeah,
Bergen, Norway.
Yeah, nice.
So it's kind of neat. Anyway, so you guys play together, and Terri, you've been writing songs for as long as forever.
Mm-hmm.
When did you actually start writing music?
I started writing music when I was probably early middle school,
Okay.
because then I had a guitar. I used to write poetry. I was a writer,
Yeah.
always. And anytime I was in angst, I wrote. Poor people that, like, if I was in love and it didn't work, the poor person would get a letter from me. It was like pages and pages and pages explaining everything, you know. And then I learned how to play the guitar, and so I could consolidate it a little into a song and, put my stuff together that way.
I don't think that you write music in the typical songwriter fashion. I don't think you follow. There's supposed to be. Let me just tell you. There's supposed to be a formula to songwriting. At least that's what I've heard. I don't write songs, so I don't know. but I know that your songs go against the very grain
Probably.
of what the formulas are that are put out there. But they all seem to work. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because I don't know anything about music, partly. Like I'll play with some very, very good musicians and they're like, wow, that's so interesting that you put this like that, you know? They're like, you know, musically, that's not how it's supposed to go. Those notes aren't fitting together or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. They're like, it's ingenious, you know? But it's also what I'm doing, you know, because I don't have a background. What I have a background in is what I want to say and how I want to put it together with the music. But the music is not, the music is the vessel to the lyrics, in my opinion. And so that's what happens, and that's why it's so great when I surround myself by really qualified musicians, where in regards to like their training and their ability to bring out like the best, the very best of the music part of it. That's how I feel anyway.
Well, I certainly do believe that you surround yourself with incredible musicians.
yeah.
I've seen that in the last, I don't know how many years we've been acquainted now. It's been a while. So I've seen the musicians you surround yourself with, and all of them, yourself included, are incredible musicians.
Yes, they are.
But I don't think that because you're not the prick surrounded by roses, you come across as the rose,
Oh, thank
surrounded by the thorns. We need
Okay.
thorns on a rose bush. No, listen, listen. We
he's
need
afraid.
thorns
I
on
don't like her so much anymore.
we need thorns on a rose bush. It's what makes the rose so precious. It is. But you shine over, like, when I met you and Rob's an amazing,
He is an amazing musician.
amazing musician.
Yep.
But your songs made you shine.
Yeah, thank you.
And now with Bruce, you were both, I have pictures. You guys were both glowing. I took, they're up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I did a video too
Thank
of,
you.
of one person, because that song speaks volumes
Thank you.
for reaching out and touching another human being. And I think it's so important for us all to do that. Be that person for one person. It's just, what is the word I want? Quintessential song about humanity. Right? Right? And you had 70 kids singing that on
Yes,
a, on a
it was
field one day.
phenomenal. Somewhere on YouTube. It's somewhere up, like out, you know, it's somewhere. I know it's somewhere.
I think that's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's been awesome.
Where would you like to see your music go?
I mean, and I know it sounds kind of funny in a way, but I mean, I still have that little dream of, you know, having my songs be super famous and, you know, and being out there and someone performing them or me performing them and, you know, and people's going, wow, you know, that song's on the radio and, you know what I mean? I just still think it's a possibility. And so I kind of, that's why I throw myself out there all the time. I think, well, yeah, you throw yourself out there and, you know, it's out there, you know, and if you don't throw yourself out there, it will never be out there. You know what I mean?
Your songs are on the radio.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I
Top
can't.
40? I wouldn't even want to be on the same level with top 40 music
Yeah.
these days.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, I don't know. I mean, you know.
You want people to sing your songs like people sing Woody Guthrie's songs.
Exactly. I want them to take the message of my songs, and I want them to live those, you know, that message.
Because your messages from your music are like Woody Guthrie's music. They're socially invigorating, or maybe that's not the word I want. They're socially enticing.
Okay.
They entice people to think differently about the world that they live in. Now, so the pandemic has been long. The pandemic has been a real source of contention for musicians. And you have written a plethora of music during the pandemic. What were your inspirations during this time?
For this particular CD, love. Love and not working out as well as I'd hoped that it would. And so, on my angst, you know, when things were good, I wrote a lot of good songs, and when things weren't going so good, I had to try to figure out like what was going on, and that's just really it. I mean, and I will say, like, you know, the person who inspired most of that music, is still a friend, and I do love her. I love her, and it, I don't think it was just meant to be. I mean, I think that we're not meant to be together. We're meant to be friends.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful that you remained friends. It's so hard
yeah.
to walk away from relationships and not have that connection anymore. So it's nice to be able to stay friends. I think that we should all do that.
We should really, and part of me is, like, I want to work on that. I want to make it possibility, because in my past, if anything ended, like, that person was dead to me, and like I was walked away, and I never wanted to see them, and I never wanted to run into them, and I'd feel the angst in my stomach, if we ran into each other by accident and and I don't want to do that. I really don't. I want those people. They were important to me for when we were together. I learned so much from them. They rubbed off on me. They are part of me, and I don't want to lose that. I want to still have that part of them that was important while we were together to be with me.
Right.
And if that physical person can still be part of my life, that's perfect.
Right.
And I learned that from Rob, you know what I mean, mostly. Because Rob and I, we've had a journey, and that journey, maintained our friendship.
It did.
Yeah.
And you played together after you were no longer on a journey.
Yeah.
You continued on your journey, just down you took a different fork in
and
the
you
road.
know what? And it worked perfectly. I mean, it just did. I can't explain it. We were still in the same mindset together. We played together. It was like a beautiful thing. Thing.
It was.
And it still is a beautiful thing, because we still host the Buttonwood, twice a month together. And we try, to, like, see if we can pull things in together a little bit. But, But musically, and I feel like, yeah, it is an incredible thing, especially with music.
Is there, can we, I've got a pile.
Pile
A pile
yes.
of CDs here.
That's not all of them.
No, that is almost all of them. It's one more
okay,
coming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, one more coming.
So I'd like to flip through them.
There you go.
Yep.
Can you, okay, there.
Yep, there's a lot of them. Probably should have put them in the right order, but that's okay.
I should have done that.
No, that's fine.
So all of these CDs, this one is fun, by the way. I had
Thank
fun
you.
with this one. I have this. I know I have this because I've played it on the radio. And this is your newest one with Rob.
That is not.
It's not?
No, what happened was The Cat in Me is my latest one, okay?
Your latest one.
With Rob.
Okay.
All of them are with Rob. They're
All
all
right.
the Terri and Rob duo.
Okay.
All right. But the one before that with the heart was done during
this one.
yes, right in the middle of the pandemic. And what happened was
That's right. And you guys came on the show with it. Yeah.
and I
remember
love that one. I love all of them, but I love that one because there were literally musicians that usually are on the road and doing all kinds of things, and they were doing nothing.
They were locked down.
And I was like, "Do you want to come to the
Thank
studio and play and play?" And they were like, "Oh, okay," And I had musicians come that was just phenomenal on
We have
that
a list
CD.
of them.
There's
Can
a
I
huge,
see them?
huge list.
Can I see the list?
Yeah, well, maybe it's pretty small, but Bobby Pickett's on there. Just so many people.
Robert Bobby Pickett.
Robert Bobby Pickett.
Robert Bobby Pickett.
Yes, but I mean,
And-
just
and who
so
else, though?
many.
Name some of the names because this is a really great album.
It
If
is a
you
great
don't
CD
have it,
because it has so many people. It has Chris Abbott on it. It has. You don't do this to me because it's going to be awful. I need to look at it to say who all the people are. Eric Paradine's on it. I probably won't even be able to read this from what it is. I had Marie Panette is on it.
oh, Marie Panette's
Yes,
on it. Nice.
she is, and I had.
I wish she would be on my show.
I had Denise Gagne Jones on here
Okay,
as well.
Denise
And
is
I had-
all over the place
And
like you are.
Yes. And I had Bruce do a couple of songs in here. I did so many people. I had just so many. There's just I had Mark Koshowitz on it. I had I don't know. There were just so many people. I had Jared Schmidt do fiddle on it as well. I mean, there were just so many
Nice.
people.
So, where can people get these albums? There's a
well,
pile of them here.
Yeah, So, I mean, honestly, to listen to them, you mostly listen to them on Spotify, which is not the best, I know. But they are under Terri and Rob Duo, Terri and Rob Duo. And all my music is under there because it's all in one place, and you can listen to it as much as you want. You can get CDs, of course, from me anytime you see me, because I have piles of them still.
Yeah.
And, you know, do people have CD players? I give them out like candy at gigs now. I'm like, just take one, you know, if you have a CD player, just take one. And you can go to YouTube, you can go to Spotify, you can go to Amazon. I mean, they are available.
Nice.
So yeah,
Nice.
the music is out there, but live streaming is mostly how people listen to your music these days. I feel that way, and
I guess.
Yeah.
I want CDs.
yeah.
If you're a musician and you want to get me to listen to your music, send me a CD.
Well, there
it's
you
the
go.
only way. I had someone send me an MP3. As a matter of fact, they were just on my radio show last week. Sent me an MP3, and I sent him a message. I said, can you bring me a CD when you come to the show? Because MP3, I have a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
now, what do you have out for music?
Well, I put out a couple of CDs sort of recently from older stuff. I haven't been writing songs too much in the last several years.
Okay.
But I was writing a lot before that. I probably have written 300 or 500 songs in my lifetime, maybe.
Okay.
Recorded a lot of them, 300 or so, probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
that are-
He's
yeah.
I mean, he's
So
a very
where can
talented.
people find your music?
Well, it's on YouTube, and I don't really. If I see somebody that has CDs with me, I sell them or give them out or something. But just YouTube, I guess. is about it.
Nice. Under Bruce Hazard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you'll find him, I mean, so and I call it a trick, but it's not really a trick. He plays the saw, like literally the saw, and he can play songs on the saw. And people have YouTubed that a bunch of times. Like, I think it's out there somewhere for sure, because
I got
people.
the saw over there.
Did you
Okay.
really bring
It's
it?
It's my bag.
That's how you should. That's how you should bring us out today. Honestly.
Oh, that's up to him.
Yeah. No, it's
You
up to
can-
us.
No, you
That-
can. That's
it's-
up to you guys.
It's amazing. Like,
I just sit here and
It's
put
actually
you guys
amazing.
on TV. It's
so-
all about you.
So when he used to come, to the kindergarten center when I
Yeah.
was teaching as a kindergarten teacher, and he brought out that saw,
yeah.
it like stopped traffic. You know, I mean, like you know
I'm
how.
sure.
I mean, you're talking 5 and 4 and 5-year-olds, right? That are like all wiggling in their seats or whatever, and it would be like, and they would all be in awe, and it is an awesome
It
thing.
is.
It's amazing.
I've
amazing,
seen, I think,
right?
one person play the saw, and
Yep.
it's an incredible.
It is incredible.
First of all, it's an incredible sound.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And then the other thing is he plays the spoons, and I cannot tell you. I mean, I have children, so they had watched his performance.
Yeah.
And they came, and I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
Go
He
through
goes,
the silverware drawers.
Yeah, they'd all, like my son was like going through the silverware drawer, going, "I'm trying to play the spoons like that guy," and I'm like, "Okay," So
Like
I'm
that
sure,
guy.
yeah,
That guy's that's not famous.
yeah.
But do you still do like these demonstrations of all these fun instruments?
Well, I
Can
haven't
people-
done it for a while since COVID and stuff.
Right.
What-
COVID's going away.
Yeah, it's going away. I haven't done it for a while, but I still play in retirement places and nursing homes and stuff. Which that was my main thing, and I play guitar mostly and sing. That's,
Okay.
That's mostly for.
You have
the
a
song.
beautiful voice.
Thank you.
I like your
So-
voice a lot. So am I back in your good
Yeah,
graces
you're
now?
okay now. Yeah.
I had to put one in the pocket there. Get back in the good graces
Okay.
of Mr. Hazard.
There you go.
So that he'll demonstrate some of his fine arts.
Fine arts.
So we have, as always happens, run out of time, but that leaves us just enough time for the two of you to go back over it. And if you want to pull out your saw,
I would love that.
That would listen. Let me just tell you that this isn't about me. This is about you guys and promoting you guys and putting you guys on TV. And I think that my viewing audience would absolutely love to see you play the saw.
Okay.
Yes.
If you choose to.
Okay. Want me to do
So
Yes,
don't
please.
forget to unhook,
Yep, that's
Okay.
good.
and I'll talk to my audience for a minute so you guys can get your saw out and get set up. So this will be exciting, right? Bruce Hazard is going to...
back here. You have to be
Yep. So Bruce is going to play the saw. And let me tell you all that we are in spring now. So there's going to be some things that are going to go down that you need to be aware of. Outdoor activities are now up and happening. Until they tell us that COVID is gone, please be careful out there. Socially distance, wash your hands, stay out of really crowded places without masks on, please.
What?
There's going to be Eat in the Streets, back on the streets in downtown New London. So check that out. You can check that out on Eat in the Streets, New London. And all the things that are going to happen. Music Day, I think, is, I don't know the date, it's June something, but music,
June
Make
21st?
Music Day. Make Music Day is June 21st.
Yes, it is.
So there's going to be music all over the world, but definitely all over New London. I know that there's several places that have people playing music. And do you know some places that people are playing music
Well,
that day?
Middletown will definitely have Make
Middletown.
Music Day. New Haven
Yep.
always
New
has
Haven.
it as
Yep,
well.
Yep. Clinton. Clinton has stuff. So check out your town and find out where Make Music Day is happening in your neighborhood, and support local music. And now we're going to hear some really cool music. Bye, guys. Until next week.
All right, here we go. Okay, this is just a regular Stanley saw with a violin bow. It goes. Makes a whistle like that.
Yeah, go, wow, wow.
That's it. Little Amazing Grace.
Nice. You going to play a song now?
I'll play a song.
On top of that, that was Amazing Grace,
Okay.
by the way, for those that didn't recognize it. I mean, I recognized it right away, so I'm sure everybody out there did too.
All right. So this last song.